गोलाई वगैरह
Very good evening. Today I would like to share with you an outline of communication. Everybody knows how to communicate. You know, communication means sharing our ideas with other people. So it is all about sharing. We require two parties to make our communication a successful one. If I am talking to a person and that person doesn't respond, this means my communication is not successful. So if I have to discuss some stages of communication, so there are various stages of communication. So first of all, there is an ideation. You know, our mind has numberless ideas. So out of those ideas, if some new idea emerges in my mind, so and if I would like to share that idea with other people, only then it is called ideation. Otherwise, if I don't want to share that idea with other people, it is not called ideation. So ideation is the very first stage when you decide why you want to share your ideas and if you are ready or not ready to share your ideas with other people. Second step is encoding. Now you have to choose addictions, you know, that is quite relevant to your topic or idea. So you put your idea in words. This is called encoding. Next is transmission. You transmit your message. In transmission, you have to choose a particular channel. So that channel should be quite relevant. And next stage is receptance. When, you know, it is a two-way process. If I am sharing something with you people, then I am the sender and my recipient is my listener. Then listener would be the recipient. Of course, my recipient would definitely take that idea. So this is called receptance. Receptance means to receive something. And next stage is decoding. In this particular stage, the recipient understands the idea, that person decodes the message. But in between receptance and decoding, there is a particular barrier that is called noise. Noise doesn't mean a particular noise. Noise can be interpreted in terms of distraction, preoccupied mind, various types of barriers, you know, mental barriers, physical barriers, emotional barriers. And sometimes we don't like a person, and that if that person tells anything to me, then I am not ready to listen to that person. So this type of situation creates various barriers. So you know how to avoid these barriers. And after decoding, there is very important stage, feedback. So in feedback, our recipient becomes sender and you become recipient. Because if you are talking to a group or a person, or then that particular group or a person responds. Sometimes that person says yes or no in between, or most of the time that person asks a question. So now the question arises, which type of feedback is called the best feedback? When your discussion, when your lecture, then when your talk is stimulates the thinking process of your recipient. So this is called the best type of, when that person is ready to ask some questions, because out of that particular query, when you respond, then you become recipient and that person becomes sender. Now next point you have to take care, you should put into your consideration what is the purpose of your communication. You have to give reply to yourself. What should be communicated, why should be communicated, and how should be communicated. So these things should be replied. And speaking is an art. Of course, what is the definition of a true art? art conceals art. In Bollywood or in Hollywood or maybe in South Indian cinema, when we appreciate a particular actor, why do we appreciate that person? Because his or her acting is very natural, and we are social animals. We live in an artificial society. Of course, you know, our behavior is little bit artificial in formal situation, because show must go on. If someone asks me, how are you doing, I hope you are doing well, then generally my reply is in positive sense, and sometimes that person doesn't wait for my reply and moves ahead. So what is the meaning? Maybe that person is not interested. No, this is not the case. Actually, everybody is in hurry, because my answer is ready made, because every person expects something positive from other people. So this is the main reason. If I start narrating stories about myself, then next time that person will never ask how are you or how are you doing nowadays. Now next step is, actually communication is a skill. We don't teach communication, we teach communication skills, because everybody knows how to communicate. In old stone age, man used to communicate through certain signs and symbols, through the objects of nature, and day by day, with the passage of time, we evolved a particular language. What is a language? Language is a collection of certain signs and symbols. Suppose I write something in Bengali or maybe in Tamil, but if someone doesn't understand that language, then that person would not be able to recognize that symbol. So this is the basic point, and it is of course it becomes a barrier when two people from different background, if one person is speaking in a particular language and the recipient doesn't understand that language, it becomes a barrier. Now communication has 4 parts: listening skills, reading skills, writing skills, and speaking skills. First of all, why should we emphasize our listening skills? Because child is the father of man. This particular statement has been given by William Wordsworth. Because the habits we cultivate in our infancy or childhood, we carry those habits throughout our life. That's why we have to train ourselves. You know, we have to train our ear so that we can understand the message properly. Sometimes we should understand foreign accent, and of course listening is very important. If you are not a good listener, then you cannot become a good communicator. If you don't understand the message properly, then you cannot express yourself properly. So and there are 2 types of communication, everybody knows, verbal and non-verbal. In verbal communication, we use words: oral communication, written communication, audiovisual, and computer based. So these are the subtypes of oral communication, in which we use language. And if through visuals I communicate my ideas through drawing or painting, and other people would read, would understand that visual, this is also a part of that communication. Second is non-verbal communication. In non-verbal communication, we include body language. In body language, there are certain points that are very important. First is appearance. Your appearance, your looks, your action speaks louder than action. Has more importance. Then action speaks louder than speech. Of course, when your appearance is not up to the mark, then you would not be appreciated. And it is suggestible to wear formal dress. Formal, what is formal? For example, sari is a formal dress, but the way you carry your dress, that it is quite important. Next is eye contact. When you talk to a person, look into the eyes of that person. So what is the purpose of this eye contact? You show your confidence, You show that you are quite genuine person, and of course you show that you are taking interest in the talking of that person or in the speech of that person. This is the benefit. This is the working of eye contact. Next is your postures, gesture, the way you sit, the way you stand. It is important. Through gestures you can convey your message to other people. Suppose you say, yesterday I caught a very big fish. So through hand movements we can convey our ideas to other people. Suppose this is the sign of victory, and if I say failure, up to the mark, and of course if I just do this, so this is you are looking good, you are looking awesome. But one more meaning is there, because it is all about perception, and if you do this, then maybe you want to say that you are zero in my eyes. And next is smile. Facial expressions. Facial expressions are very important. Our face is made up with approximately 70 to 80 muscles, but our face can create more than 7,000 expressions. And we can show our disgust, when we are angry, we are happy, we get surprised. So many types of numberless feelings we can show through our facial expression. And of course smile is a mask. Without smile, you are just like a person who is without applying cosmetics, who is without makeup. So smile makes you perfect. And of course smile is of many types. Boisterous laughter, grinning means monkey like smiling, you show your teeth. And of course chuckling, when you put your hand on your mouth and you just try to suppress your laughter, that is chuckling. So there are various types of smile. You should understand which type of smile you should give to your listeners or speakers or the person you come across. And next is environment. Environment doesn't mean outer environment. Here environment means the things around you. How do you manage all these things? How do you carry these things? Suppose someone visits you and your room is not properly organized. Things are not properly organized. Things are disheveled. So that person would take an impression that person is not so important in your life. Because when someone comes to my house, then I make some special arrangements. According to the importance of that person, I make some arrangements. So this is very important. And of course our behavior, our environment, the way I carry my things, it is important. One example, this is a pen. If someone gives you the pen, if you take the pen with the right hand, it is very normal. If you take the pen with left hand, again normal. But attitude, if you take the pen with right hand, you show proper regard to that person. If you take the hand with left hand, though it is intentional, it is not intentional. Some automatically we take the things, but this carries a meaning. Means you don't have that particular regard for that person, or maybe you are quite familiar with that person. Maybe that person is very friendly, and the relationship between you and that person is informal. Maybe in that particular case this happens. And if you give this pen to other person, and if that person takes the pen with both hands, you would get surprised. Maybe Prime Minister of India, or maybe some person in authority gives you this pen as a prize. Of course you would take this pen with both hands. But if someone gives you this these little things, very small things can reveal the idea, the perception of that person. And next is, communication builds relationship. It's a part of interpersonal relationship. And we have intrapersonal relationship also. sound mind lives in a sound body. If your relationship with you is quite good, only then you can communicate very well, only then you can do something good. And how to improve your communication and how to make your communication an effective one. There are certain tips. If you follow these tips, then you can make your communication a better one. Maybe you are on a social networking site, maybe you are chatting, or maybe you are sending email, you are writing an official letter, then you have to follow a particular format, you know, some grammatical rules, you know, rules of punctuation. So you have to follow certain things. You have to add some skill in, the first one is vocabulary. If you deal with a situation, if you deal with a person, if you talk to a person, it is just like that. A soldier is fighting in a battlefield. If that person doesn't have proper weapons, you know what would be the consequence. Same is the case with the person. If your vocab is not so strong, if your vocab is not enriched, then you won't find proper word for that proper situation. That's why this is suggestible. You should make use of certain words. You know, there are synonyms, antonyms, homophones, idioms and phrases, one word substitute we learn so that we can make our language a pithy one. Terseness should be there in your talk. You should talk to the point. If you beat about the bush, then it would create incoherence in your speech. So you should enrich your vocab. This is very important. And first of all, I would like to share a particular precept, do in Rome as Romans do. I am saying ki enrich your vocab. If you are talking to an ordinary person, if your terminology, if the words you are employing, they are related to medical science or maybe some other field, maybe then your communication would not be so effective. For example, there is a sentence, if I say, he was suffering from angina pectoris. If you are a medical practitioner, if you are a doctor, then you can understand angina pectoris means heart attack. Otherwise, if that person doesn't know the meaning of angina pectoris, that person would not be able to understand your message in a proper manner. That's why your terms, your diction should be very appropriate. And when you use synonyms, of course, all the words, they carry their meaning. I just take one example, ability and capability. Generally, meaning is same, you know, both are synonyms. Ability is something related to your acquired knowledge, your experience. It is a mixture of so many things. Sometimes, you know, it is acquired, little bit is innate. But when I talk about capability, so capability is something related to your physical strength. Next point is make yourself comfortable with the person. If you want to make your communication effective, so please be comfortable with that person and make others comfortable so that they can express themselves, they can show their true colors. I am saying true colors in the sense, you know, in a positive sense, not in a negative sense that person is showing his or her true colors. That's why, you know, presence of mind should be there. When you communicate, I can take an example of a classroom. When a teacher asks a question, most of the time students know the correct answer. Even then, they don't have guts, they don't have that courage. They don't stand up and reply, and most of the time they are not able to recall the correct answer. What is the reason behind that? You know, distraction, maybe diversion, maybe there is some other thing. Suddenly if someone asks a question, you are not able to recall. That's why you must be quick-witted. Presence of mind should be there. And of course, I have already told you, be a good listener. Otherwise, you cannot express yourself properly. You cannot take decision. If you are not a good listener, if you are a passive or fake listener, then you skip the message. In between, you get indulged in some other thing. How can you comprehend the whole message? So please be a good listener if you really want to give proper feedback. Next is avoid redundancy. Generally, it's not about English language. It's about all the languages. Even in Hindi, we make use of redundant words. Some, revert back, return back. So what is the usage of back? Here, back, this particular word is redundant. If I say, yesterday I went to ATM machine. So ATM itself is adequate. So machine is redundant here. So this should be avoided. So redundant words should be avoided in your speech. Next is empathy. You should develop empathy in your behavior. Empathy means you put yourself in the place of other people. So if you develop empathy in your behavior, in your attitude, then you can understand the message of other people very well. Otherwise, of course, biased mind cannot understand the message properly, or preoccupied mind cannot understand the message. So in this way, you should develop empathy. Next, don't get personal. In a professional life or in a formal situation, you should never get personal. And one more thing, nobody is perfect in the world. If someone criticizes you, if someone gives you maybe a compliment, then it is good. We are happy or we become sad. So don't give your remote control in the hands of other people. So never ever get personal in a formal situation. Life goes on. Show must go on. Every day is a new day. Every day you learn so many things. But there is a precept. First impression is the last impression. But practically it is not true. Only in few situations. For example, at the time of interview, if I say first impression is the last impression because the candidate doesn't get another chance. But in real life, it is not true. With the passage of time, we get acquainted with the parts and demerits of the person. Maybe with the passage of time, you change your opinion, and change is a law of nature. So that's why don't get personal, and of course your attitude should be professional. And next is correct pronunciation. When you pronounce words correctly, according to IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabets, you should study some symbols. If you consult a dictionary, especially Advanced Learners Dictionary, you find certain symbols in between slashes. So what is the usage of these symbols? These symbols determine correct pronunciation of a particular word. So if you recognize these symbols, if you learn these symbols, okay, I agree this is time consuming. Not in a week, maybe not in 10 days you just get mastery over those symbols, over that, but still you can learn. So correct pronunciation is very important. And of course there are in English there are 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U, but we have 20 vowel sounds. Out of those 20 vowel sounds, 12 are monophthongs or pure vowels, and rest of the vowels are diphthongs. Diphthongs are made up with 2 vowel sounds, and rest of the sounds are consonant sounds. So total 44. 24 are consonant sounds. Last, try to overcome all the barriers to communication. There are various barriers: emotional, linguistic barrier, personal barrier. Of course, filtration should be done. You should know what to convey, how much you should convey. So you should avoid, you should overcome all the barriers so that you can make your communication an effective one. I hope I am successful in making you understand what is communication and what is effective communication. So this is a skill, it can be developed. So communication is an art. It makes our life full of happiness. How? Because if my communication is good, then I can make my reputation good. I can interact with other people in a good manner. And I can perform very well at the time of interview. And of course, I can behave properly with my colleagues, with my boss, with my subordinate. And I can get progress in my life. In terms of material advancement, I get success in my life. And if a person gets success in life, of course, success brings happiness. That's why be happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much.